Hey lovelies, so welcome back to Reviews and Recaps. Let's talk about Ready to Love, the finale, and the madness that happened. If you're new to this channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I do reviews and recaps, and I talk about reality TV stars and things that are happening around their lives. So please make sure you hit that subscribe button, and everyone please like, share, and don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section below. Now let's get into today's video. Let's talk about Maya and Laurent. Now, let me be honest with you. I feel like from day one, I've always felt like Maya was never really into Laurent. Um, and it's always just been a part of just staying on the show. Now, this is my opinion. I could be wrong. But I've always sort of felt like, there wasn't enough of a connection there. And I feel like Laurent on the other side, has been so head over heels with her. You can see in the way in which he's acting, the way he was upset at someone basically trying to talk to her at the club, although she said that's her friend. So the way he's moving is the movement of someone who clearly has strong feelings. I actually believe, bless him, he really thought he had a chance, and that's quite sad. Because he really thought he had a chance, and then I feel like you made things even worse for yourself because now you're looking crazy on reality television. Let's talk about it. So Maya and Laurent basically got into an argument. They wanted to initially address it and sort of talk about what happened. I feel like the interaction was weird to me, and I'll tell you why. Now, let's be clear before I say this, because you guys will probably want to jump at me. But before I say this, I actually believe Laurent is childish, immature. I feel like they're an insecure, let me not forget that, because there's no reason for you to be that upset because someone that is not your woman is talking to a man at the club. I don't even care if she got someone's number or gave someone the number. There's no reason for you to be acting the way you are acting. Instead, you should be like, okay, if she can do that, then I know how to move accordingly. But the way you're then calling out of her name and all that kind of stuff, that just rubs me the wrong way. That is totally abusive and controlling. I absolutely hate it. And then he said something about, oh, it doesn't, something, a reference to not wanting to look like a simp. And that is Laurent's problem. Laurent is a nice guy in quotation marks because he does have his childish, immature ways, trying to act like a bad man. You ain't no bad man, right? So let's stop that because you're trying to act like you're not that because you don't want anyone to refer to you or see you as a simp. So you're overcompensating by having this hyper masculine, weird ass behavior when that is not what you should have. Now, I saw Maya smirk. She had a smirk on her face. Go back and watch the clip. After Laurent got up and was triggered and started walking away, you could see on her face it was saying, I got you back. And I feel like that is a vindictive energy that I'm like, I don't mess with. I do not like that. She was there with a smirk on her face and, I just went to watch it again just a few minutes ago because I was like, I had what I wanted to say. And then I was like, let me go back and watch it again. And then I picked up on the facial expression. So if you guys haven't watched it, go back and watch that. So it's given, you disrespected me. You off camera, you now want to apologize and then let's act like nothing happened. No, I will not stay for that. So guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna embarrass you back. And I feel like that's exactly what she did. She knew what the assignment was and she went for it. Now, if anyone disagrees with me or agrees, let me know in the comment section below. But that's what I personally think happened. And then if you sort of then move on to the other thing I didn't like that Maya did was when he walked away, she got up and followed him. I feel like people need to learn that when people get up and need space, leave them alone. Let them cool off. You know what you want when you are following someone that is already triggered, upset and angry and then walks away from the conversation. You know exactly what you're trying to get. You're trying to get a reaction and you will get a reaction. And so I feel like to then act like, oh, he's so childish and immature, blah, blah, blah. yes, he is childish and immature, but then you are also being on his neck, basically. You're almost also an aggressor in this case. That's my perspective on that, but let me know what you guys think. Now, please don't misunderstand me. I will say it again. Laron is insecure. Laron comes across as controlling. Laron is abusive in the way he speaks to women. There is no reason you should be calling nobody all types of bees and all of that. I already addressed it in the last episode that I did. But I will say it again because I know there will be some people who may be like, oh, you're supporting, you're male identified. No, 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 no. Never, ever will be male identified. But what I will say is, I'm looking at the behavior and calling out everybody's individual parts. Now, let's move on to Vanessa and Chaz. Now, I have a lot to say about this, and I don't even know where to start. All I know is I am pissed for Vanessa, and we'll get to it in a second. But let's start with Vanessa actually seeing Chaz's brother. So, what I thought was interesting about that date or interaction was that, first of all, Chaz says if you compare that to his date with Patrice, where he brought Patrice to meet his brother, if you compare the dates, you will see that he sort of gave his brother the opportunity to meet Patrice and form his own judgment about Patrice. But then when it came to Vanessa, he was feeding his brother with information that was not necessarily favorable in relation to Vanessa. It was almost like, oh, I'm going to set this up so my brother does not like you kind of vibe. That is what it was given, right? And I thought, considering they're always telling us, oh, she's my strongest connection, there was something very disingenuous about that, right? Now, Chaz's brother is apparently in some sort of intelligence role, extracting information from people or whatnot. And it was interesting that when he would bring up questions to Vanessa, Vanessa was able to address it and respond. So one of the questions he was saying was that, why is it a problem that Chaz has connections with women when she also has connections with other people? Vanessa is like, I had connection with one person. Chaz had connections with 10 people. There is a difference. And I thought it was interesting that Chaz's brother came around and said, wow, you do have a point there. And for me, I appreciate when people can be honest. Like, just because that's your family member does not mean that you cannot be honest and you have to just pretend like he is blameless in that situation. So for me, I appreciated that. And I thought, of course, his brother, their interaction was a little bit weird, but I just thought, a bunch of weirdos in a family, nothing to see here. Now let's talk about the famous bridge scene with Vanessa and Chaz. That was a lot. This ninja decided to bring a petrified rose for Vanessa. So he brought a bouquet of roses, and then within it, after Vanessa said she's no longer interested, needs to move on, blah, 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 she was even nice about the way she presented it. She wasn't calling him all types of whatnot. He takes the petrified rose and says, yeah, that's because this is to signify that our love has died. I'm like, what is wrong with you? You're a petty, vindictive bum who I'm starting to see why you are single at your age, right? Now, this is not to come for single people. Some people choose to be single or don't really want to do all of that, and I get that, but I'm just saying his behavior, nobody in their right mind will tolerate a man that behaves like that. Why would you bring a petrified rose? So you were picking out the flowers and thought, oh no, give me one that is dying, put it in there because I want to be petty. It's like, what is wrong with you? It's just mad. The other thing I thought that was mad was like, it was almost like, as soon as she said what she said, he's like, well, you're not someone I can love. Who says that? You're a mean, disgusting person. Now, I know like people have been saying like, oh, it's entertaining. Yes, yes, yes. It was entertaining. Yes. Was it shocking? Yes. But we need to call this behavior out for what it is. I know people said, yeah, Vanessa was acting because of the audio that leaked. Either way, that does not matter, right? Chaz's behavior is atrocious and we need to call it out for what it is. You bring a petrified flower for a woman, you tell her she's not someone you can love, right? Like, that is absolutely disgusting of you to do. Why can't you? She had grace. She didn't call you out and say, oh, because of the way you behave, this, I can't do this. She was very careful. She chose her words carefully and she chose the classy route. She did not give you any smoke when she was letting you down. But it almost felt like he was just like, I'm a play in your face. And what was interesting was that she said he was messaging her like nothing happened and they were good, saying, hey, beautiful. That is someone that wants to play you. He was planning his so called vindictive revenge, whatever. Revenge for what? Nobody knows. But you can tell he was planning it. He was waiting for the right moment. He's like, ooh, let me make sure she's unsuspecting. I'm going to be extremely sweet towards her so she doesn't know this is coming. And then I will let her down publicly and embarrass her and break her. That is a wicked person. And you do yourself a favor, anyone that's listening, and avoid men like Chaz at all costs. That man is set to break you. There's really nothing anyone else can say on that one because I just feel like it's obvious that that was what he was trying to do. I don't know if you guys remember Rashina. When Rashina was trying to self eliminate, and you remember how he basically got into it and was trying to act like, yeah, he didn't want her anyway, that kind of thing. I'm like, you're one of those people where when your ego is bruised, you just feel like, oh, I have to fight. I have to defend it somehow, right? And I'm just like, it's such a shame at your age you're not mature enough to handle rejection. Seriously. She does not, it's not like she doesn't like you. She just feels like there is no future here. And she's well within her rights to do that. So it's like, what is your issue, sir? But let me know what you guys think about that. I personally just think it was team absolute too much. And Patrice did let him down, and he seemed to have taken that well. But it's interesting to me how you've been saying you have a strong connection with Vanessa the whole time, only to then get to the bridge to then try to pick Patrice, who there's literally no connection with. And I'm just like, it's almost like giving, I want to show Vanessa that I chose someone else over her. And luckily, Patrice wasn't stupid enough to actually accept Chaz. Now, do I think things are going to go well between Alonso and Patrice? No. I feel like they both want different things. I feel like Patrice does not really like Alonso like that. I think she enjoys the fun that he brings her, but he's not the sort of man she wants to be with. She wants to be with a serious man who comes across as a provider. But Alonso is not that. Alonso is funny. When you want to talk to him about your life plans or his life plans, he does not even come across as serious. So I don't know any woman who is trying to settle down and who wants that stability that would be dealing with someone like Alonso. I don't think so at all. I think that, yeah, I just don't see that happening. So I definitely don't think it's going to last very long. And in relation to Justin and Mika, I thought Justin and Mika, you guys know I feel like they're very cute, and but I feel like Justin has a lot of work to do. I also feel like Justin is very heavily into her physique, and now don't get me wrong, Mika is set. Her body is banging. Like what? Yeah, a body is insane, right? And I get it. But at the same time, I wish that, like, when he was talking to his friend, or was it his friend or brother? I think it was his brother. He didn't seem to be talking about her attributes and all these things, just talking about her being stacked. And of course, he didn't use that word, but for me, I'm like, I know it's something that you can't avoid, especially when you're a curvaceous woman like that. But I also feel like that's not something you should be leading with your homeboy or your cousin or whatever, about your babe. Like, where is the, oh my god, she is so sweet. I remember when I was feeling unwell, she took care of me. She has that like very nurturing thing that I like. Like, where was all of that now? Okay, I must say this. Ready to Love has a famous reputation for cutting places, moving scenes here and there, and all that kind of stuff. So who knows if that's what they did here. But that's all I want to talk to you guys about today. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, share, and hit that subscribe button, and also that hit that little bell button right next to it, so you know every single time that I post. And I'll see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye.